Hello everyone, here is Costas, Sierra Victor 3, Oscar Romeo Alpha, and today in the bench we have a very nice example of old vintage test gear. It's the Heathkit model T3, the visual oral signal tracer. Typical signal tracer from the 50s and 60s with magic eye tube as an indicator and a speaker for audible signal, So this signal tracer works perfectly fine. I have checked everything inside. Someone else has been in there in the past and replaced a few of the capacitors below the chassis, so it's working perfectly fine. And it also has a very bright magic eye, which is really nice. Let's wait a bit for it to warm up. And here's the hum for the probe. Okay, the signal tracer works fine. Let me switch the volume a little bit down. And you see the magic eye is really bright, and it has also the original probes. This one with its ground clip. I have placed just a little bit of heat shrink tubing there, and the reason is just to make it easier to hold the screw with the ground terminal here. And the rest is exposed, of course, because if I keep it like so, sorry about the camera shaking, if I keep it like so with my hands, the hand is making a ground connection, apart of course from the ground lead. So it removes the hum, and I can show you that actually. And when I touch the metal, the hum is reduced a bit, and of course when I touch the ground, the hum is totally off. So yeah, you have to attach the ground clip to the chassis of the equipment that you want to test, and it works really nice. It's nice and no hum actually, and this is the maximum gain setting. That's absolutely maximum. That's air splitting volume here. So it works perfectly okay. And Mr. Carlson's lab on YouTube has done a modification here in the potentiometer. You can hear this noise as I turn the potentiometer. And this is because this potentiometer is used also as a bias for the tube, for one of the tubes inside. So he has done a nice modification that places a 5.6 mega ohms resistor from the bias, from the grid of this tube to the ground, and then he has placed a I think it's a 20 nanofarad capacitor from the grid to the previous stage. So he uses a fixed bias, and he uses this potentiometer here just to keep the just to increase or decrease the volume, just to vary the volume. But I don't mind a little bit of crackling here in the potentiometer, because as you can hear, the crackling actually happens only when you turn the potentiometer and not during operation. So I won't modify this unit. I will keep it original. All right. So so it comes with a RF probe, and it also comes with sorry about the shaking, with the audio probe. So it comes with all the probes, and that's really nice. So I have cleaned everything, lubricated the potentiometers, and I've checked every function, and it works perfectly okay. Now, one thing that I had to take into account is that those screws here, right, those screws, have shown a yellowish appearance, a yellowish color, and also some screws inside the unit. And this probably indicates, this might indicate actually cadmium presence, okay? This might be cadmium oxide, so I have to be really careful about the way that I clean this. And I have actually used a baby wipe. And baby wipes are really good for cleaning this stuff because they don't let the dirt come out and get airborne. They are just wiped by the baby wipes and stay there because they are wet. So this is how I cleaned those screws, and internally I have cleaned them as much as I could. There are still some places where these couldn't be cleaned, especially underneath the components. So I have cleaned them as good as it gets, and I used the permanent marker, and I painted those screws inside to avoid get exposed to cadmium oxide. Now the quantity is not big, but I was cautious enough to do this. And for those screws, because I didn't want to make them black, I want the unit to look externally at least as well as it goes. I have rubbed them really well with the baby wipes, and of course those are disposable, so they were put inside a zip bag, and I have rubbed them as well as I could, and now they look shiny again, no cadmium oxide. So that's not this oxide cannot get airborne now anymore, okay? It's just pure cadmium onto those screws. Again, all these assuming that these were cadmium plated and judging only from the color of the oxides, okay? Nothing else. I don't have a kit to test those. So that was all about cleaning actually. So next I'm gonna say that this signal tracer and also many of that era are quite dangerous actually in operation. You really have to know what you're doing when you operate one of those units. There are many things, many places where high voltage is exposed on those, and we'll do a little bit of modification. Let's say it's not a modification. We will put some safety measures and try to make this thing much safer to operate. So let me bring the multimeter here, and hopefully you will be able to see it. I'm shaking the camera all the time. Okay, let me put the multimeter here and switch it on so we can see the actual voltage. I'm finding a good ground, and I'm touching those three terminals here. 268 volts, 274 volts, 274 volts. The other two terminals don't have any voltage, they're just for the speaker coil, so they don't have a high voltage. This is the secondary of the transformer, but the primary of the internal transformer is exposed here on those banana plugs, and there's high voltage here, and it's really easy for your finger to slip into here and get a very nice shock here directly from the high voltage of the power supply. So we're gonna fix this thing. And the other thing that is really exposed as well is this probe here, the audio probe. When you switch this here to noise function, right? Now you have a high voltage on this probe here, okay, and I can measure that. Let's hope that it will stay. I don't want to be electrified by this. So, ground point. I'm trying to do it with one finger without getting electrified. Here we go. Now there is a 178 volts present on this probe here. So very dangerous. And look how much metal is exposed here on this probe. Look how much it is. And let me switch back to the tracer function just to be safe. And we're going to fix this also. We're going to make this much safer, because it doesn't matter how experienced you are, sooner or later you're going to do the mistake. If you're in a hurry to fix something, you're going to do the mistake. And that's a very easy probe to do mistake. You know, there's no guard here. So you can, as you hold it like this, your finger can very easily slip here and get electrified. Very dangerous stuff. So let me do these modifications, those fixes, and come back to you and explain.